Hey everyone, welcome back in the kitchen where this week focus is going to be on fish. And I apologize because I realized the other day I have not done any video with any fish in it. I've done seafood, shrimp, scallops, crab cakes, but no fish. Totally not intentional, just not something I think about because we don't eat a lot of fish around here these days. Used to, once upon a time, I was a big fish eater. These days, don't eat as much of it, so I apologize that we have not done any videos on fish. Fish was a request. This specific recipe was a request, a demand, a beg. Anne-Marie, here's your tuna video. We are going to make some sesame seared tuna with pickled cucumber. Super easy. Actually, super easy. Fantastically. Is that a word? Fantastically? I don't know. Fantastic flavor. That's what I'm after. A lot of great flavor in this. I've served this multiple times as an entree, a lot of times as an hors d'oeuvre. Very versatile, really easy to do. I went and got a nice 7-ounce piece of yellowfin tuna. Really like tuna. Nice steak cut. English cucumber. And then after that, we just need some sesame oil, some sesame seeds, some rice wine vinegar, sugar, and water. And that's it. Let's go over real quick how to do this. Cook it up so you can see it. And you'll see how easy and fun this is to make. Now, the most time-consuming part is the cucumbers. It takes about, anywhere from 3 to 10 hours to do this to cucumbers. We pickled them, very easily. Took 1 cup of rice wine vinegar, 1/4 of a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of fresh chopped parsley. And I whisked all that together really well until all the sugar was dissolved. And then I took an English cucumber and sliced it on a bias, sliced it at an angle, and put them in there. And they've been in the fridge ever since. So right now they've been in the fridge for about 4.5 hours. You'll see that see how flimsy the texture changes. The longer they sit in here, they're soaking up all of this flavor. Oh, they smell fantastic. Fresh parsley and vinegar has a great smell. And cutting them like that, you use it for multiple reasons, and I'll show you. When I say we cut at a bias, we're cutting at an angle. So I'm just making slices about 1/4 of an inch thick. See? And the reason why we're doing that is because there's 1 or 2 ways that we can serve this tuna. You can serve it as an entree with the cucumbers and maybe some rice, or if you want to serve it as an hors d'oeuvre, which has been done plenty times before, you take the cucumber, put it on a plate, and you can put the tuna on top, and that's how it's served. Really good. So, let's go ahead and walk through what to do with and how to prepare this tuna. So, you take your tuna, and what I'm going to do is I got some sesame oil. Love sesame oil. And remember what I've said in previous videos, the scallop and teriyaki ramen video, you do not need a lot of sesame oil ever. This stuff is extremely powerful. It is very potent. A bottle of this will last you a very long time. So I went ahead and just poured some into this cup, and I'm just using a little spatula and rubbing it on the tuna. You do not need a lot. You really don't. But I'm going to take both sides of this tuna, and I'm going to put the sesame oil all around it. Oh, I love that smell. I love it. Now, after we do that, I've got sesame seeds. Really doesn't matter if you want black sesame seeds, white sesame seeds. If you can get the mixture, the black and white mixture is great, especially for the aesthetic. I had a hard time finding them. All I was able to find was the untoasted white sesame seeds. Again, the flavor is going to be the same. I just like the aesthetic of all the different colors, but you use what you got. And we're going to take the tuna and cover both sides in sesame seeds. So I'm just really sprinkling them on. And yeah, they go everywhere. You make a little bit of a mess, but who cares? That's the fun. You make a mess when you cook, and it's fun. Now, I do want to get these all over, because when we sear this tuna, it does cook the sesame seeds, and they get a nice toasty flavor. It's a very, very subtle flavor, but it's a good flavor. There, see? I'm just putting some all over. Not a huge amount. Just kind of covering it up. There. Now, it's going to get a little slippery, but that's all right. We are going to take this piece of tuna. Look at that. Isn't that a gorgeous piece? And we're going to sear it off, both sides. Super easy. So now, first and foremost, you want a good pan to sear something on, or if you've got the flat top on your stovetop, use that. Feel free. I don't, just for, well, ease of cleaning. Haha. But I've got a nice pan here that I've already turned on, kind of a medium-high heat, and I went ahead and put 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And I'm letting it get really, really hot because we're searing something. So I want to get the outside good and crispy, nicely cooked, juices inside. I don't want to put anything on there when it's not hot because it will not cook right. So I'm making sure that this is good and hot, which it is. You can feel it from up here, the heat. So I can put this down maybe to halfway. But I've got a good hot surface for this to cook on. And as soon as you put that tuna down, you should hear it. You should hear a little sizzle, which is my favorite. And if you don't hear that, it's not hot enough. So you want to make sure. And between the way that feels, and you can smell olive oil when it starts to cook. And I can smell it. I love that smell. We've got a nice hot pan here to cook on. So let's go ahead and get this piece of tuna on. Oh, you hear that? Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, I love that sound. Now this is not going to take very long, and it really depends on how you like it cooked. If you want it cooked all the way, more of a well-done piece of tuna, it'll take a little longer, 5, 6, 7 minutes. Something like this, we're going to sear a nice rare, so it's got a nice red inside. Won't take long. Won't take but a couple minutes. Oh, it's going to have such a great flavor. I can already smell. Ooh. You can smell the seeds start to toast. Such a fantastic smell. Oh, I love it. So we're going to let that go for just a minute or two on each side. So while that's cooking, quickly click that. See it? See the thumbs up? Give the video a like real quick while this is cooking. And you're going to see just how fantastic this comes out. Now we can already start to see the cooking because you can see the pink here and there's the white line, so it's starting to cook. So I can already go ahead and take this piece of tuna and turn it over. Oh, that's a gorgeous color. Those are nice and toasty on top. Oh, fantastic. As I said, this does not take long. We are just searing off the top in every direction. Now what you can see that layer, this pink layer in the middle here is getting smaller. See, there's some dark gray at the top and there's dark gray forming at the bottom. That means it's starting to cook its way up. And to keep that pink line in the middle, we're not going to let this cook for too much longer. Otherwise, it'll completely fill in with gray, and that'll make it a well-done piece, and we don't want that. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take it, and I'm going to turn it up on its side. It's hot, but I'm not going to be doing this for long because I'm just searing the sides, just to get some color. If you're not used to the heat, I do not recommend using your fingers. Maybe a nice pair of tongs. But you see the sides? All nice and cooked? Done. Turn off the heat and remove the tuna. Ooh, that's hot. But look at that. Look at that color. See it all the way around? Isn't that gorgeous? And now when we cut it open, we're going to see a thin pink line in the middle, which is exactly what we're going for. Have all the different colors. We seared in all that sesame flavor. Oh, that's going to be good. See how simple this is? Let's plate this up. Did you see how easy that was? It only took 2.5 minutes aside to sear off that piece of tuna, get that beautiful gray color, toast those sesame seeds. Oh, I love the way this stuff comes out. Now watch. One very important item when cutting something like this, it'll tear. You cut against the grain. If you have a nice filleting knife, it's the best way to do it to keep it from ripping. I'll be honest, I don't have one. I need one. But this chef knife will work just as well. See, we're cutting this open. Look at that color inside. Look at that. How neat is that? See the gray on the bottom and on the top, and that pink purplish line throughout the middle? Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful rare tuna. Very, very popular rare, medium rare tuna. I actually enjoyed it at this temperature when I would eat a lot of tuna. If you want more of a well done piece, super simple, just keep it on there. Let it keep searing. You saw how that gray started to creep up higher and higher. Just keep turning it over to prevent it from burning. But it'll cook all the way through. Now, like I said, this makes a fantastic, oh wow, I just got wafted with some sesame. I love that smell. Fantastic entree, equally good hors d'oeuvre. However you want to do it. So if you were to hors d'oeuvre this, if you will, for people to try, you take your pickled cucumber, the nice big pieces, see? Put your tuna directly on top, like that. Sesame tuna boats, huh? Really good. Those mixtures of flavor between the rice wine vinegar and the sesame with the tuna, oh, that's such fantastic flavor. Now what I want to do, I want to show you the other way to do this, make it more of an entree, and aesthetic. It's important. We talk about it every week. The aesthetics of cooking and making restaurant quality food, giving it that restaurant quality look, it's important to hit every aspect. So something like this that could have such a beautiful presentation, especially for an entree, I want to cook it up right. So I have some rice. I made some white rice earlier. I kept it in the microwave to stay warm. You take the rice, see that? Whoa. Put the rice towards the back middle of the plate. Now what I'm doing is I'm laying these cucumbers over each other. See? See how that looks? Isn't that neat? So it's got a little bit of height. Got a little bit of height. Cucumbers are fanned out. Now, I'm going to then place the tuna over top. But I want to make sure to put the tuna lower. Let it come all the way around. The front. And not cover the cucumber, but essentially overpower it. There you go. Now that is an entree. A beautiful entree. Oh, I love it. And just to top it off, we've got the sesame seeds left. So let's put some on. Sesame seeds go everywhere. But who cares? Look at that. Done. How easy was that? Isn't that fantastic? That is beautiful. Once again, I apologize for not making more fish. I sure hope you give this entree a try. Did you see how easy that was? Such an easy meal to prepare that is so full of flavor. I'll make sure to list in the ingredients exactly how much of the rice wine and sugar to put in. Give these a few hours to pickle. That's the only part that's time consuming. The rest of it, matter of minutes. Enjoy, folks. I hope you have a great week. Please give the video a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, turn on your notifications, and share the video with all your friends. Take care. See you all soon. Bye-bye.